we have no business trying to talk people even into spirituality. Just like we have, it's not our business to, try to get them to go do anything that they might not initially want to do themselves. So everybody understands the concept of a ranch and the concept that when you find horses who have never been ridden before, they have to be broken. What they say, they have to be ridden. And we used to have ranch, and I grew up on the ranch two different times. And they would bring the horses in to mount them. And as a matter of fact, I went through this process of riding them. So I want you to think for a minute when you're wanting to take a loved one and get them. Do you think you're more effective to jump on a wild horse and get it to do what you want when you want it to do? Or do you understand the concept of a horse whisperer? See, my grandfather was a whisperer. And I tell you, he could do it with horses. He could do it with dogs. He could talk to them like they were humans. And he would just whisper in their ear. And he could get them to do out of love anything that he really, really, truly wanted to do. But it was always the highest and best also for the animal. Now, if my grandfather was always willing to see the highest and best in an animal, do we see the highest and best in our loved ones? See, when you've already decided that, they're not going to listen, and whether you're holding on to that or just your very action has now drawn a line in the sand. Well, who drew that line? And if you're the one that's supposed to be the conscious, do you think they're going to be the one that undraws the line? Or are you psychically going to be the one that undraws the line? See, I believe the God that I serve has the power to break through all barriers. I believe he wants to reach out and touch your loved ones. But he's probably going to choose you to do it. And there's a chance right now that something's in your mind, your heart, or your emotions that's blocking him for doing that. So you need to pray on this and come to grips, maybe do a column exercise, a mirror meditation, and determine what it is that you're doing that's blocking this. And then let God the Father use you like he used Jesus. See, the Jesus and Lazarus syndrome that one day we'll do a whole episode on because I love this teaching. And that is, it shows you the contrast. After a man's dead for 4 days, if I can call that soul back, what kind of power do we really have that God's put inside of us, especially when it's him doing the work? So again, I say, there is no such thing that it can't be done. I don't care if your child or loved one's a drug addict. I don't care that they're an alcoholic, they're a womanizer, they're a manizer, or what have you. I don't care if they've been unfaithful to you. I don't care what is the issue. Just write it down and then wad it up in a piece of paper, strike a match to it, and release it. Yes. And say, today I start anew with Abba, and I'm going to let Abba show me how he wants me to communicate with them. Now, I gave you an idea of it'll work. And these are prayers I say every night before the Lama goes to bed. And everybody in my family and everybody that I work with and all my partners in life, I always see the light and energy of God flowing between us. And I know that when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to hear something that happen positive in their life. Why? Because Abba taught me how to do that. That's who taught me how to do that.